Welcome to the Bevy Spot, the podcast where we explore the best places to go, the most exciting things to do, and the amazing people behind it all. I'm your host, Al Roundtree, AKA Mr. Social Bevy, and I can't wait to take you on this journey. From trending restaurants to hidden gems, exciting events to must-see attractions, the Bevy Spot is your ultimate guide to the social scene. Because each week, we sit down with business owners, influencers who got all the sauce, bringing you tips, secrets, and inspiration that you won't get anywhere else. So whether you're a seasoned socialite or newcomer to the scene, the Bevy Spot got something for everybody. So join us as we explore cities, meet fascinating people, and find the best ways to get you social simply. So sit back, relax, and subscribe, and get ready to take this ride. Let's go! What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in, man. It is the Bevy Spot, and today we are at 5015 at Alumni Thursdays, right here with the man, the legend. This is a Houston legend, y'all. We've been blessed to be in his presence, man. A legend in terms of being able to promote, and he's been a social producer, a social curator here in the city of Houston for a long time. My man, Janky Joe. Jank, what's up, brother?
What's up? I love the applause, man.
Absolutely, brother.
Intro was nice, man. Intro was nice.
Listen, man, it's due, man. Like, yes, sir. Man, you've been in this game for quite some time.
Yeah.
I've known you for a while, but you were in the game way before I even came around, man.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about when you started, man.
Man, just excited, man. I love promotions, marketing. I love people. Being the only child, man. Being from Chicago. Started like by high school, really. Back in the late 80s, and I was doing house parties. That's what we do in Chicago. So it was exciting doing that. And it just, once I got to college, it just went to another level.
That's what's
so
up.
I've been doing it for over 30 years, man.
Man, you've been doing your thing, man. You are definitely a staple in the community here in the city of Houston, man. And it's so awesome to see the evolution.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The evolution. So tell us a little bit about like some of the things that you've seen since, you started here. When you started here, how was it until where it is now?
I mean, a lot of promoters are owners now.
Okay.
I mean, that's just real talk. I mean, a lot of owners from, Steve to Rob, to my guys, Kurt. All them guys, started from zero, doing parties and events. Okay. And now they owners or whatever. So that's something I would like to try to follow the footsteps, get my own things or whatever. But that's what happened, man. You start from a place of just bringing people together and having a great time before you own the place.
Yeah, man, that is dope, man. That is dope. So have you seen the social scene as well kind of evolve?
Yeah.
Like, how was it? Because I would say this, like for me and my own experience, man, I've been able to be, I've been around the world, I've traveled, I've seen a lot, done a lot of things. And when it came to a lot of social venues, I would say this. When I went out to a lot of spaces when I was younger, a lot of times you had to pay to get in. You had to, you stand in the line all night, do those things.
For sure.
But coming to Houston, right, especially in the last 10 to 12 years or so, is the city has evolved from more of a, pay to play type of thing to where you're welcomed in. Like, we welcome everybody in.
Yeah.
And it's a different time and era now.
Yeah, well, we're looking at the bar now.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get more people in a venue to just have a good time, then worry about them just getting money from the bar. It's just easier.
Right.
It's easier for everybody.
Right.
Especially for a promoter like myself, I ain't got to worry about running to the door. He's cool. She's not cool. Let him in. I know Janky Joe and all that stuff. I ain't got to worry about that because they come in free and then they just work at the bar. You got to spend some type of money.
Absolutely. Man, so that's great because you're right because you see all these things now. Like even like you mentioned, Steve. He has the I know Steve too now. You know what I'm saying? And you got the friend of Janky Joe going now. I see you got your brand and logo represented right now.
Baby.
Man, you always moving. You always had as well multiple kind of revenue avenues, right?
Yes.
Like you've done multiple things. You've always done shirts.
Yes.
You've always been a part of branding and apparel as well.
not only about the parties and just hanging out as well. Man.
I think all of that is part of, to me, all mixed together. It's like, baking a cake or whatever. You got to have all the ingredients. So you just can't just do, T-shirts work with the clubs. The clubs work with the drinks. Drinks work with people. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff together, just what we do.
That's what's up. So when you putting the project together, we're going to get into like what you got going on.
Yeah.
But what is it that you are looking for in terms of when you're doing something? What can the people expect when Janky Joe promotes and presents an event? What is it that the people can expect?
It's almost represent Friends of Janky Joe. What I try to do is give a great environment, work with great owners, great people that has a vision that I have to have a successful event.
Okay.
And that comes from, customer service, that comes from friendship, that comes from this, being nice to people, which is customer service, and trying to, if it's a problem, have a solution. Let's figure out a solution to make this better than what we're doing, to make whatever we need to do to make it better, that's what we need to do.
Man.
So that's how I look at stuff too when I come to a venue, because all venues ain't good venues.
Right.
For me.
Right.
A certain town.
Because it's a representation of you as well, right?
Yes.
And your brand. So that's important to you as a promoter in terms of what you do.
And I've been in positions that I shouldn't have took.
Okay.
Being nice to another owner or like, man, come help me over here.
Okay.
And it turned out to be good. And I knew it wasn't going to be good as soon as I even done it. So I try to be in positions that I feel that I can do. Everywhere I go, I own the spot. And what I mean is I treat it like it's mine.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think that's a powerful statement.
Yes.
So with that said, man, where are you right now? What you got going on? What can the people look forward to attending based on what Janky Joe got?
Okay, so let's just start off with my brand, Friends of Janky Joe. That's the brand I got, and just motivation and just positivity for people. If you're a friend of Janky Joe, you're a friend of the world. That's what I do. They with myself at the airports, around the country, or whatever. Oh, Janky Joe? Yeah, I know the good people, whatever. They might not even know me, but it's just the energy on that.
Right.
The other thing that I'm doing now is where we are right now, Bar 5015. Like I said, we over here each and every Thursday. It's called Alumni Thursday. And we deal with the college, but we deal with the high schools, we deal with your neighborhoods, wherever you're alumni from or whatever. I mean, you grown. You grown. I mean, you know all the other bull crap out the way, and you dealing with life, and you want a respectful, grown folks environment. And this is what we do over here at Alumni Thursday, each and every Thursday. Me and my partner, CA, Craig Alexander, we do this each and every Thursday. Like I said, we don't charge to get in, but we give you a feel from, the sports, we do football, we do the playoffs, we do, we got the patio, what we doing, we call it the tailgate.
Right.
We do a lot of great stuff here in Houston at Bar 5015 on Thursday. So that's what I do Thursday. Saturday with this spot called Lumen. It's a little upscale, sexy, whatever, right on Kirby. We do that. I work with Akim and Few Good Men, which is Damon and T. White. That's my guys. And now I'm finna do another spot called, with Marcus, we doing, I just started it, Culture Sunday.
Okay.
So it's brand new, so I couldn't even think of that.
Okay.
Culture Sunday is in downtown, right about the Green and everything, Discovery Green. So that started in about another week or so. And we're going to be doing that. That's getting a different crowd.
Gotcha.
That's the tourists and the people downtown, Discovery Green people.
Gotcha,
like
man. That's what's up, man. Well, we're glad to have you on. Thank you so much for inviting us in your space,
man, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate everything.
Man.
This is my first podcast. It's like 1,000 folks that try to get me on there, and I just been busy.
Man,
so now I said, hey, let me go and get him. A guy hit me up. He was here last week supporting, so let me go and do what I need to do to support him.
I appreciate it, man. Well, we're here to support you.
Yes, sir.
And what you're doing, we want to highlight you and your businesses, man. So we just honored to be able to have the privilege and the opportunity to do so. Man, we want to put you out there, put everybody out there, not just in the city of Houston, but when you're coming into the city of Houston, we want you to know about Janky Joe.
Yes,
we
sir.
want you to know about Alumni Thursdays
Yes,
and culture and all the other things that you got going on and Lumen and all those other places. So y'all heard it here, right here on the Bevy Spot, man. It's your man Al Roundtree, a.k.a. Mr. Social Bevy, with the guest, the host, the man, the legend, Janky Joe. And doing his thing, man. And y'all come check him out right here at 5015 Alameda.
Everyone loves to have a good time. Whether with family or friends, enjoyable moments create lifelong memories. How do you find out about the things you like? Social Bevy. It's the premier mobile solution connecting you to events and activities you love. One stop to get social, find your favorite events, purchase tickets, book your ride, make travel plans, and more. Got events? Social Bevy matches your events to an audience full of socialites looking for you. Simply create your own channel, connect to your target audience, launch promos, and start selling out your events with the help of a mobile app that does the work for you. Ready to get social? Social Bevy. Get social simply.
And we're here right now today at 50:15. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Bevy Spot, man. I'm your host, Mr. AKA Social Bevy, Al Roundtree in the building. And I'm saying we got a great guest, guys. I'm really excited about having her on. And thank you, Miss Taqwanna Clark of Credit Lift for coming on today. You know, and Taqwanna, what you do at Credit Lift is so important, right? You know, one of the things that we try to bring out or highlight here at Social Bevy with the Bevy Spot is talking to business owners that impact the lives of people socially, right? And there's nothing bigger. There's nothing bigger, you know, than talking about credit, you know. And, you know, I've had the honor and the privilege of being able to work with you myself. Because, listen, y'all, my joint was always tight, you know what I mean? So for a lot of different reasons. And I would love to know, like, you know, what kind of got you started? First of all, let's just start there. What kind of got you started in doing this in terms of talking about credit?
Okay, well, I would first want to say thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
This is such a great honor to be here with you, like on so
Absolutely.
many levels. And just to answer your question, what got me started was my own credit being just a disgrace. It was disgraceful, you know. Back in 2015, I tried to purchase no, it wasn't 2015. It was 2010. I tried to purchase a digital camera. It's before we had all the smartphones. And it was a $200 camera, and I couldn't get approved for it.
Wow.
That they
wow.
denied me for a
Wow.
$200 camera purchase on credit.
Wow.
And I knew something was wrong.
So how does that make you feel? Like, what you know, how did that make you feel?
Man. It's really a defeating feeling. You know, it diminishes one's self-esteem and financial standing. It didn't feel good.
Okay.
I mean, you never want to hear no in any context, but especially when it's something that you want and you feel like it'll benefit you, because I was planning on using the camera to make money. And now I can't get to the bag because I couldn't get to the camera because of my crappy credit at the time. So,
Yeah. So that is what sparked you to create the company Credit Lift.
Credit lifting.
So how long you been in business now?
So I've been in business now for 7 years.
Okay.
So
Wow,
we established in
congratulations.
2015,
All right.
and now it's 2020.
Come on with it now.
Yes.
Come on with it. Come on with it. Now, do you specialize in any particular thing, situation? Because I think a lot of times when it comes to credit, I think, you know, especially, like, I'm just going to say it, in the black community for a lot of us, right? There's a huge gap in the lack of education, right?
Facts.
And I think that was my thing. You know, that's been my thing. It was the lack of education. So it created this area of fear for me.
Yes.
Like, you know, no knock on my mama. I love her to death. She gonna see this and she probably gonna bust me upside my head right now, right? But I will say, when I was coming up, my mom was always like, hey, you know, don't mess up your credit. Don't mess up your credit. Don't mess up your credit. But I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So to say don't mess up your credit means one thing, but how that translates into the activity of what you need to do so you
Right.
don't mess up your credit.
Right.
Or just to build your credit or whatever, I think there's a different conversation.
There is a different conversation. I'm really big on context. So context is not telling me not to do something without telling me why I shouldn't do it. Exactly what you're saying. And I feel like majority of the time our parents, especially parents that come from they're born in the 50s, they're born in the 60s. They were in survival mode. They were trying to work and keep food on the table. The last thing they were worried about was credit literacy and financial literacy. They were just teaching us to go to school, go to college, get a good job.
Right.
You know, that's what they were on.
Right.
So I feel like, context is important to say, this is why you need to keep your credit file good. This is why it opens up these doors for you.
Right.
And
right.
then
Okay.
also how to do it.
Right, exactly. That's the key.
Yeah.
How to do it means more than anything, right? Like,
Right.
you know, and you know, we live in this age of social media now, right? And you got all of these gurus. Everybody is an expert,
Facts.
right? Everybody's telling everybody, just do this to go get your credit, do this to go. How do you feel about that? And what do you think when you see that?
So when I see gurus on social media, I mean, me, myself, I fell victim to misinformation. I remember at one point in time, I would see a video and they were talking about, go get an S Corp and da-da-da-da. But they don't tell you need to be making 80K, 100K in your business before you go run and get this S Corp.
Yeah.
So I will say Google is free.
Yeah.
Put any business, any guru guru into the search engine and see what pops up for them. Anybody that's registered with any state entity, they should have licenses that pop up. They should have some kind of accreditation that pops up, some kind of degree affiliation pop up. Just do research. You know, when you get with new people and they tell you that they specialize in something, okay, give me 3 references. Give me 3 people that work with you that I could call right now, and they can let me know their experience with you.
Right.
Now, they get to stuttering when you say that.
Fly like an eagle. You need to get home from around that.
Yes,
Absolutely, because you know
yes.
what's happening now. It seems like the social media is becoming the Bible, right? Like it's gospel, right? Like you hear it on social media, and this person is saying this, and they're saying to go do this and do that. Then I need to go do that, right? When, like you said, a lot of time there are huge chunks and important chunks, if I must say, that they aren't sharing, that they aren't telling people that they need to go do, or you know, the steps that they need to take, right? And that's the issue for me that I see a lot of times with people on social media, man. So I think it's good when you say things like that, because you're right. We can take that extra step and just go Google, go search, go ask for references, and it'll do us so much more diligently than to not, right? Yeah, absolutely. So, like, tell us a little bit about your business. Like, what's some of the greatest success stories that you've had? And don't say me, okay? Like, listen, we're going to leave me out of this. All right? Going to leave me out of this, because I know I was a huge mountain to climb. But you know what? I appreciate the work that you did, because I will tell you this. Like, for me, you know, my biggest thing was the fear of going out and exploring and this and that, because I had got jerked over, you know, years ago. I was like, man, I'm not really tapping in my credit. And so I never even tried to educate myself on it, right? But I would say working with you has really transcended my thought on credit and my approach to it. And you were always so readily available. You know, I remember, like I told you when we first started, I was like, listen, I'm about to be your new best friend. I'm calling you air of the day.
And you did.
Air of the day. Questions. Hey, what is this? Like, should we do this? Can I do this over here? What do you think about this? Hey, I'm thinking about going over here. You know, I think that's important. But, you know, what are some of the other success stories that you've had with people when it comes to some of their credit?
So my biggest success stories are all the first-time home buyers that close on a house.
Okay.
I've had so many clients that we wrap up their session, and they may have been in a situation where they can't get a pre-approval. And then we work on their credit. We started tackling some inaccuracies, some outdated accounts, some fraudulent accounts, out fraudulent accounts. Able to get those items updated or removed, and then boom, they're in a position to get a pre-approval. They go looking for a house, they close on a house. When I get that news, to me, it's a win.
That's
it's a win. I'm more excited if for them in that situation. So anytime that I hear about that type of situation, it really brings me joy.
Listen, well, I'm going to tell you something. If it's anybody I know that needs some help, I'm certainly throwing them your way. Certainly recommending you. She definitely comes as an A1 recommendation, from me, guys. So I will tell the people where they can find you. What's your information, your website, phone numbers? Where can they reach you?
Okay, so all things Credit Lift Inc. You can find us at www.yourcreditlift.com. That's everything. You can call us at 888-268-5438. My direct extension is 800. I'm always available to be of service.
And is. I said and is.
And then, like what you said earlier, like, for the lack of knowledge, we perish. So I really respected and admired about you that you wanted to learn. Because you have some people that'll just throw money at you, like, fix it. But a couple of months later, they're in the same position because they never learned about the fundamentals or how not to find themselves in that same situation. You know, if we don't learn from the past, we're doomed to repeat it.
Absolutely.
So I will say you're not about repeating no past.
No, we ain't doing that.
At all.
We ain't doing that. Yeah, we moving forward. We leaving that thing right there where it was.
Come
we
on
ain't
now.
doing that again. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, Taqwanna, again, thank you so much for coming on to the Bevy Spot podcast. Hey, you guys, you heard her. Go reach out to this one. I'm telling you, Credit Lift is awesome. I respect it. I've used them. She does phenomenal work. If she could help me, she could definitely help you, and that's my word. You know what I mean? So anyway, we'll be right back in a few minutes, y'all. Y'all keep staying tuned. Peace. right, welcome back, man. Welcome back to the Bevy Spot, man. I got to get a little participation from my knucklehead, Miss Naya Roundtree, one of the producers of the show. Yes, I got to give her a little shout out. That's my baby, you know. But listen, more than that, I'm so happy to have a special guest with us, Miss Holly Cotton.
That's me.
The fitness
That's
extraordinaire. You like a all-around hustler. You fitness extraordinaire. You got your own brand. You got your apparel joint. You doing your media thing. Like what else? What else do I need to rattle off? You cooking, you babysitting, you doing hair in the same place. Like what we doing? What we doing?
And I am releasing my third book.
Okay.
So
okay.
that is my biggest thing right now that I'm about to be promoting and doing all of that on is my newest book that I have. So
Okay. So what is that book called?
So that book, it's gonna be juicy. It's called Somebody's Wife or Not.
Wait a minute.
I know.
Wait a minute.
I know.
Now you know that's a whole episode.
I know.
Like, that's a whole episode conversation right there.
It is.
Somebody's wife
or not.
Or not. And now who are we talking to?
Okay, so basically the synopsis of the book is I encounter people all the time that are single, maybe they're just out of a relationship, maybe they had a toxic relationship, widowed, empty nesters. You know, you get to this midlife where now your kids are grown, you don't need to be a wife anymore. But there's all of these resources of how to get the ring, how to be somebody's husband, how to get the man, and also for men, what women want, how to, how you gonna get your woman. But what about the people that are single and comfortable being single, first of all, two, going through their own healing, self-love process? There's no resources, or there's not a lot of resources for those people. So I wanted to have a book where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a book about loving yourself. So it's called Somebody's Wife or Not, Discovering Self-Love in Single Life. And it's about loving yourself, and that way you don't confuse being alone with being lonely. So when you get lonely, you start making irrational decisions. Now you calling your baby mama, baby daddy, you settling for things, all of that. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna
hello,
be good.
somebody. Hello, somebody.
That's what I'm saying. So my book is basically, it just talks about, it's funny stories, but then it's also self-love as well, about how to just accept who you are, embrace who you are, love yourself first. And then what happens is, when you do decide to be in a relationship or you have some type of companion, I'm healed, so now I'm going to bring in other healed people. People are going to gravitate towards me. But when you toxic and you hurt, you're going to wind up still getting hurt because people see that. Now they see I can mess over you and screw over you and do all of this. So anyway, yes.
Saucy.
I know.
Saucy
Who you
right
telling?
That is good.
Thank you.
So, but okay, Holly, let's pause, right? Because I think that could be a whole
Yeah. Right.
Now, tell us a little bit about how you got here. Tell us a little bit about from whence you came.
Okay.
How you kind of made this journey to being in the space and place where you are.
So my whole story that I basically say is, so I'm a cancer survivor. 2012 was when I was diagnosed, went through all my treatment, all of that. So I feel like this chapter of Holly is called my life after. And so I feel like there's always things that we do in life, and then there's something that's going to knock the hell out of you. You're going to get humbled. It's going you have a whole trajectory, and then life is like, that ain't where we going.
Right.
So whenever that happened, I feel like that was my whole, now, okay, that's not where we're going. And so in 2018, I decided to write a book. It was just basically my autobiography called Strong More Than Muscles. And it was just about my story of cancer. And so, 2019, people started sending me emails and stuff on Amazon. Hey, I read your book, or I ordered your book, or, and I'm like, oh, okay. All right, this is going somewhere. And then 2020, COVID came. I was like, so I started writing another book, released my second book, day one. I had picked up all of these facts during COVID. I was like, oh, we grinding now, So I started my company, Strong Squad. I just started doing all kind of stuff. Because before that, I've been a nurse. So I have a master's in nursing. I'm a college professor. So I was just on this nursing path, and I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
then, so like the last 3 years, I just started doing this, started doing speaking engagements, started doing stuff, launched my own show. 2021, the end of 2021, my first episode for Beyond the Fit was December 2021. So last year was basically just getting my name out there. I started going in all these different rooms, talking or whatever, and now I'm doing the most. Like now I'm talking at Essence. Now I'm getting paid to speak. Now I'm getting paid to do stuff. So
Absolutely.
I'm just like, okay, you know what?
You finding your lane. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, just don't forget the little people.
Yeah,
You know what
I'm going to try.
Just, you know what
I'm going to
saying?
try.
Just act like you know a brother. You know what I'm saying? When I say, hey, I'm like, I just, you know what I'm saying?
But that's the craziest thing though, is because like I said, you start off on life, and the best piece of advice that I got from someone is that what you're doing is only a point on the spectrum of your life.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times we get so caught, and he was like, and this is one of my mentors, and he was like, that's not who you are. That's something you've done.
Right.
And a lot of times we get so obsessed because it's comfortable. We get complacent. It's easy to go work with somebody, do this, do that. And you're like, it's too comfortable. Change is hard.
Absolutely.
So not me now. I'm like you. I'm like ping, 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 ping,
Hey.
ping, ping. What we gonna do today? What we doing? What we doing?
That's it, dude. Absolutely. Well, you know what? Congratulations on all your success and all that you do and all that you aspire to do. It's such a pleasure when you get to meet somebody who's refreshing, going through what you've gone through and understanding where you're going, right? Like, I think that's such a powerful thing, and it speaks so much about you, your resilience, and being able to do your thing, man. I think it's very powerful, and I applaud you for it. And I think a lot of black women women in general would appreciate, hearing that story. Of course, they're gonna love hearing about the sauce you got.
Yeah. That's the third book. So it's where I've been in life. So first I wanted to tell my story about cancer. Then I started realizing, okay, I have a platform now. People want to hear about cancer, and people still like, oh my God, I just gave my aunt your book, whatever. Then I started learning all these things about winning in life. And I'm like, why do I hold on to these jewels when I could share them with other people?
Absolutely.
So that's why I wrote my second book, Day One, a guide to organizing, identifying, executing any goal. And I talk about proximity, your circle. If you're not winning, it's the reason why. Look at yourself first, because everybody should be winning,
Absolutely.
And so, and then now I'm like, okay, I've been single. I'm doing my thing. I'm pimping on the side too, but I got my own thing.
You know what? Hold on, stop for a minute. Hold on, pimp. Okay.
I'm just saying, mind your business. Mind your business. So when people see the book, they're like, oh, so you just want y'all hating or you? No. This is about a journey for self-love.
Yeah.
It's not about hating. Of course, let's not lie. Everybody gets lonely. If not, it wouldn't be people doing all these apps and everything. But it's about, we need to also be the best version of ourselves.
Absolutely. So tell the people where they can find your books. They can reach out to you. They want to hire you if they can afford you.
Yes.
Well, what can people find you?
I'm super easy. Everything with me is Holly Cotton, HOLLYCOTTON. So you can find me on Instagram, Holly Cotton _, TikTok, Holly Cotton, Twitter, The Holly Cotton, Facebook, Holly Cotton, and also my website, hollycotton.com.
It's Holly Cotton. You know what I'm talking about? Holly Cotton.
One word. People are like, hey, are you Holly Cotton? And I'm like, I am. I am.
She, and is. That's my second time using that today. No, but you know what, Holly? Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you. I think it's so refreshing to be able to hear your story, for people to learn so much about you. And I look forward to you coming back on.
For sure,
we planning some things.
Yes.
Looking for you to continue to be a part of the Bevy Spot. Absolutely turned up with it. So again, y'all heard of Miss Holly Cotton. Go find her. Go look her up. Go get those books that she got coming out, man. And we'll be right back with more of the Bevy Spot. It's your man Al. Peace.